Alright guys, it's time for the next series of the day. It's almost 10:30. And after this exciting Nexus Division series, we get to see Division C West now. Where we get to watch TRSG Knights versus Cool Cats and Kittens. Which is a name I won't pronounce the whole time? Or I won't pronounce the name. I think, for most of the time. I will just call them Kittens. Yeah, that's a good name. Anyway, before I get myself in more trouble, let's see what maps these teams banned. We have Tomb of the Spider Queen and Sky Temple banned from the Knights, and the Kittens banned Infernal Shrines and Battlefield of Eternity, and then the Knights picked up Dragonshire. Well, what do I have to say about that? Dragonshire, great map. Wouldn't love to see anything else. We have seen it earlier as the last map of the last series. And on that, the Beef Boys won against Phoenix Rising. But now it's a complete new series, new teams. And I'm excited what these teams bring to the table. What can they give us? A lot of good heroes are viable on this map, in my opinion. Especially picks like Rexa could be contested, Junkrat and number one. And a lot of different strategies as well. I talked about it earlier, of course, but maybe I repeat it here because we might have new viewers. We have the strategy that is most common, I believe, on this map. You just play a rotation with 3 people. They have one damage dealer usually, Chromie, Junkrat, anchoring bot, and then the offlaners in the top lane, of course. And the rest is just roaming around the map, doing camps, getting pickups maybe. Also, other strategies are viable, of course. Like the double support in the bot lane, where you just push through the whole time. With a Valla usually, and then there are more options. Uta, Saya, we have seen that earlier in the first series. Saya, Valla. Didn't work out too well. But maybe on this it's different. All players are in the lobby. So we should be good to go in a second. Of teams. Same it already. As I've said, TRSG Knights picked the map, which means the Kittens will have the first pick, of course. And yeah, I'm hoping for a good series here. Some good games. I've casted the Knights earlier in the series, in the season already. In the first game, I believe, which they lost 2-0, 2-0 or 2-1. I'm not too sure anymore. But yeah, maybe they can redeem themselves in this series. Also, we haven't taken a look at the standings yet, which I usually like to do, but now it's too late. Oh, never mind. There we go. Yeah. Because we're going into draft. The first map of this series. Like I said, a lot of good heroes viable on this map. I'm expecting some healer bands. Maybe Junkrat band, maybe Rexer. We will see. Cool Kittens. Cool Cats. Wait, now I'm switching names again. I should stick to Kittens. The Kittens, what am I betting? Taking the time here. Is it Junkrat? Is it Nazeebo? Shot up in priority after the last patch. But no, it's my F. Alright. I'm not too sure if it's a target ban against the Knights. If they have any info on an opponent's player there. Or if they're just afraid of a hero. Usually you don't see my F that often. So I'm a little bit curious what they were thinking about that. The Brightwing ban makes a little bit more sense to me. Because Brightwing just is a strong healer. And with a global can be used to make advantages on the offlane, of course, or just heal people up. Just shift an advantage on one lane while soaking on a different lane. Hawkeye is also getting banned now. Sometimes getting picked on this map to take camps really easily. And Nazeebo. Oh wait. So the medic man is not available for both teams, and we are going straight for a Johanna pick. Okay. What is that? Johanna, in my opinion, not a priority tank, which makes it really weird as a first pick. But maybe it is just a comfort for the Kittens. And we go straight for a Junkrat, left open in the whole draft, and so is Stukov, one of the best healers at the moment. And the Knights with a solid opening in the draft, in my opinion. They don't show too much, but they pick strong heroes. Now the Kittens have to reveal a little bit more. Jaina and Anduin. Not too sure about the Jaina pick. Of course she has good burst and a good wave clear. But she's also a very close ranged, which makes her easy to gank or diveable. Of course, Anduin is there to protect her, either to heal or pull her. Yes, that ability, of course. They can drag people out of danger. Sonya now getting banned, which a little bit is curious because the Knights didn't put a lot of effort on the top lane yet. But they have the next two picks, so I'm expecting the next pick is going to be for the offlane. Otherwise, they might also go for the last pick, so they can counter the offlane. And they just didn't want the Sonya to play against them. And also, there's always the possibility of a target ban against a certain person. I always have to consider that. And we see Sylvanas in the work from the Knights now. Solid. Good heroes. Especially their noob together with Stukov can be used to a lot of destruction. The double stun into root, or later root. First it's only slow and then silence. Well, then later on, Stukov gets, of course, the root if he decides to pick it. The Hakan now picked up for the Kittens. And, oh my god, okay, I wasn't prepared for that. They go for Butcher. Alright. And that makes for a very interesting draft now. Oh wait, I didn't set up predictions, and I didn't finish the last prediction. But yeah, Leoric picked up last. That completes the draft in the first game. Between TRSG Knights and Cool Cats Kittens. Ah god, I will stumble about that name a little bit more. But yeah, both teams with a completely different draft style in my opinion. The Knights just going for very good A tier, S tier heroes. And the cool Kittens, damn it, picking the butcher up in the end, drafting low priority tank early. But maybe they just have something planned that I don't know about. Let's start a prediction here actually. See if someone is voting for any team here. But here we go into game number 1 on Dragonshire. We have on the left side the Knights, TRSG, with Chairglue on the Stukov, Selene playing the Junkrat, pink, blackout. Could have been pink, black pink maybe? I don't know. On Sylvanas anyway, the Duke on Anubuak, Fana on Leoric. And on the other side we have Cool Cat and Kittens with Beowulf on Johanna, Pushover on the Jaina, Lubidium on Anduin, Descolata on the Butcher, and last but not least, Crazy for Haruno on the Hacker. If I pronounce any names wrong, please let me know. Don't blame me. I'm a pleb regarding names. Anyway, the Knights starting a little bit slow here. Deciding to let the Kittens have priority over wave. Selene needs to be careful here. Gets a little bit dinked on by the Jaina. Duke already in the bot lane trying to help him out. Catches the globe. In the top lane, of course, this matchup should go in favor of Leoric early on, I think. After 7, that might shift. But yeah, Kittens with priority over wave so far. Having just a 4-man rotation, seems. Going for camps now with Jaina and Anduin. And Stukov is catching wave here. But they are late on the camp. Then, while Jaina is almost finished with the camp, you see that the Knight just started it, which means we could see a potential invade here. But you have Stukov, you have a Junkrat, but the Junkrat needs to be careful. I'm not too sure if you want to come in from that angle against a Butcher. The Knights getting pressured in the bot lane already, but no invade is happening. The Stukov, oh wait, never mind. Duke missing his E there. Jaina losing her unstoppable, and there's a boop from Junkrat. Jaina in trouble. The stun from Butcher comes out, but it hurts Vanu. Not sure if that's the right target. Well, Anduin is down, Duke misses his stun, but Butcher is getting chased down here. 2 kills going over to the Knights, winning this first skirmish of the game. And maybe they look for more now. Can they get the dragon? Leoric not winning a top fight it seems, getting dragged here as well. And even though Deaka lost a little bit of HP, if he can get the solo kill here, that would be a worthy trade. In the bot lane though, Jaina just... Oh wait, mid lane. It was mid lane, not in the bot lane. Jaina goes down, so another kill going over to the Knights. Anoop now with a long rotation. Or maybe Johanna here. Not too sure if that's the right target. Missing the stun and the boop in the right directions. But now top lane is getting channeled. Fana doing a good job. And Pink is already sitting here in the mid lane. And she gets the dragon. Well done by the Knights. Gaining the early advantage. Also having a level lead already. With a few kills that they picked up. Silence comes out from Blue, but I don't think there's any kill potential on the Butcher with Sylvanas sitting in the Dragon Knight. We of course will have a look at the Butcher stacks. sitting at 25 right now, 26, 27. Maybe I just start counting them until he has completed it. Lost 10 earlier? I think you lose 10 every time, right? Oh, and the knight going for a cheeky play here, destroying the well in the top lane, which will hurt the Haka in the long run. Well, I think Anduin had to use the pull here on Johanna, who was getting really low. Good target selection by the knight so far. Getting some picks here and there. No Selim. He's a Junkrat. Oh, placing the W though. But yeah, here in the top lane is the wheel gank. I'm missing kill after kill here almost. Where the Haka is now getting killed. And the wall is also getting destroyed. And now Jaina under trouble, gets stunned. The 4 is down. Or shut down by the Sylvanas. And that's another kill. The Knights 5-0 in this early game. Gaining the first 4 here, it seems. No rotation coming from the Kittens, who are only getting a siege camp, which is absolutely not a worthy trade. And the Knights are crushing this early game so far. Doing an excellent job. Finding the persons out of position and not letting the opponents play the game so far. Now taking the hard camp as well. Probably going for this camp next. And then just wait for level 10, the next Dragon Knight. And then you can pressure other lanes. You will have constant pressure on top lane, of course, which will help the Lyric, of course. The only problem is now you don't want to get ganked. Like, there's always the pick-off potential with the Butcher. The hard burst that he brings with Jaina. Ooh, chair limit caught out of position here, maybe. Getting ganked here, and that should be a kill. But on the bottom lane, on the bottom tribal, Jaina goes down. So it's only a trade. And level 10 is here now. But Fana is sitting in the top lane, clearing the hard camp. The Kittens were thinking about the invade here. But they have to deal with other things here. Like I said, the top lane is pushing in. Also, they don't want to lose Dragon anytime soon. They have to get 10. Which is of course a huge advantage for the Knight still. But that is almost... do we see a gank here on the Butcher? And indeed, good CC saving between the Nuburak and the Stukov, eh? Getting the Butcher kill here. Losing another 10 stacks. And that's the channel again. Ooh, Duke, low HP, going in again. By the way, Jaina still hasn't picked her ult. Maybe she should do that. And there's the retire, and immediately getting the kill on Jaina. The other target. Oh, okay. Into the trap, actually. I'm not so sure if that was intended. But yeah, there's the blessed shield. But Duke now, a little bit too far out, getting into the fort, not expecting the Butcher to be there. Because the Dragon Knight was channeled in mid lane. And that's some counterplay here for the Kittens. But they still have to deal with the Dragon Knight in mid lane, who tries to take down another fort with the help of the Lyric. And only now the Kittens are really rotating for that. Dragon Knight finishing the 4. Well, the focus is on the Lyric though. Missing his Drag though. But now the Sylvanas has to jump out. The chase can't really continue. Oh, good entomb here on the Johanna. Forces the pull. Now the engage happens on the Jaina. But Junkrat is in the bot lane, so it's a 4v5 for the Knights. And they just pull out. Now Chair, a little bit too far out maybe. Also Selim. He has a W on 13. Ooh, Blessed Shield into the minions. That's not what you want to see. Oh, the trap missing the Butcher. But that's a stun from Manu who connects. And we didn't have pull. And Johanna might go down here as well. I don't think she has a trade available. But level 1 talent from Stukov comes into action. And Anduin also here, a little bit too far out. Gets stun locked. And that's 3 kills now going over to the Knights, who are doing a stellar job shutting down their opponents. Now going for the last remaining outer fort of the Kittens. And yeah, we have a 2-level lead now, having the level 13 advantage. And so far, just doing absolutely amazing. 11 to 2 kills so far. Now going for the bottom camp here. But only at 107 stacks. China closing in on 20 globes, which gives her 10% extra healing, making a little bit more tanky. But so far, that doesn't help out at all. Jaina almost completing her ice block, which will improve her survivability in these fights. So far, she is just getting picked up left and right. Also, not going for icy range actually, going for Stormfront. And with the next dragon phase coming up, we are closing in on level 16 for the Knights, who might be looking for fight here in bot lane. Lyric not looking to go into the top lane. But I'm not sure the Kittens are giving them the fight. Oh, never mind. Joanna walking forward. But now Lyric is going into the top lane. Seems we're abandoning the bot lane. Which means Drunkard has to be careful. One blast shield into Butcher stuns. Could be the end of him. Lyric now should be getting the top lane. We know the Hacker is here in the mid lane. The bow is coming out though. So the Hacker contesting the top lane. Against potential 2 of more members. And you see Anuburak already rotating up. Going for that. Isolation comes out and misses. The silence from the Sylvanas, and that's another kill. The Junkrat here in the bot lane, playing it behind his towers. Should be safe of ganks if he doesn't play too far forward. Ooh, no, moving a little too far forward maybe. Like I said, one blast shield into Butcher stun. Even under fort. Could be the end of him. But now his team is rotating to him. And with a level 16 advantage. With a 5-3-4 in their favor. They are looking to get the next Dragon Knight. The red team is rotating in the top lane, but this will be seen by the minion wave. And Joanna is here to stall, but she could be a potential target, of course. Being alone here. Oh, Blast Shield goes far. And Tomb comes. Oh, and Tomb misses. Oh my god, that one looked really close though. But if your TRSG is the Knight, just play these rotations. I think they will eventually get the Dragon Knight. Duke now walking into the top lane. But of course, that's the one advantage the Kittens have at the moment. They have the Dehaka, they have the Global. So... And they also have the 16 now. So that's something going for them at least. While they lose on every other aspect of the game so far. Ooh, Junkrat. Oh, playing with fire here. Now the Knights having the top push, having the mid push. They have to make sure that Lyric is safe. They're completing a baseline quest. But now the Hacker might get attacked here. But on Jaina as well, and she's silenced, so she, oh wait! They interrupted the Unwing pull! Wait, what happened to the Riptide? Did it explode? No, but there's the burst of the Kittens. Just bursting a nuke down, even though he was half health. And Butcher is about to complete his stacks. And that's also the first good team fight of the Kittens. Even though it looked like Jaina was going down. But I'm not sure what happened to the Riptide. Like, did Johanna interrupt that? Or did he just explode it too early? Because they somehow interrupted the pull from Undream. And now it's the Knight who are facing the Dragon Knight potentially. In the mid lane it's the Butcher channeling. Joanna is holding here in the bot lane. And they really want this kill. They're kinda slow in getting it though. And Johanna is getting her trade slowly back. And his team is rotating there. Oh, but Fana picks up the kill. Has the drain build here. So has a little bit after shock damage when he finishes. After shock damage? Like damage when he finishes with drain life, which is 16? Yeah, it deals an additional 15% of a target's maximum health damage when it ends. So with the main thing down here, TRSG Knights lose their mid 4 to the Dragon Knight, but they want to further their advantage, of course. And it seems like the Kittens want to fight this. They still don't have Johanna, and Jaina is playing very far forward, maybe acting as a bait here. But the Knight's not really acting on it. Not too sure why he even didn't pull the trigger there. Johanna wasn't in range for anything. Wasn't even alive. And now she is. Of course they still face the level 20 here, which the Knights picked up earlier. Johanna with the flank for here. No vision on that. Selim face checks the bush and... It was probably a little bit of a shock for him, seeing a Johanna there. But yeah, the Knights, after the early mid-game, not really comfortable looking in this late game so far. Not really knowing what to do so far. Of course, the last Dragon Knight went to the Kittens, so they might just wait for the next one. Picking up the camps. Like this bottom camp is probably available to them. We will want this top lane, which means we have a potential 5v4 in the bot lane. The Akka is the global. Of course, there's still this 20. But you can take a 5v4 even if you're 20 down. We're now fighting the Haka. Level 20, of course, means we have Buried Alive for the Lyric. Huge power spike for him. We also have Rewind for Noob, big talent for him. Also Cannonball for Junkrat. And Lyric is going for the Silence Entomb here on the Dehaka, who has the bow out, but survives. And that's a small cooldown here for the Knights. Are we going for the Joiner here? That's the question mark. We don't really know about this, I think. Junkrat checks that, and we're going for Wanduin. Good engage by Anoop, and that's an instant kill. Ooh, and exploding the Dragon Knight there. The whip tire. A bit early. Well, Fana is just hitting the Butcher, and now the Knights are collapsing on this Butcher, but then he got his ult out, and oh my god, what a turnaround! With Jen arriving and the Butcher ult, they get two kills on the Stukov, and also on Lyric it seems. Yeah, the Elemental picked it up, I think, or Jaina herself. I think Junkrat was looking for bot lane to get the point there, so he wasn't even with the team. Which looked like a really good engage, turned into a disaster for the Knights. The huge Butcher level 20 ult, Lamp Slaughterhouse. Got a 4-man silence there. And then Jaina arrived with her Blizzard and absolutely crushed the Knights. And we're going into a very interesting late game. Because now it's the Kittens who respawn faster. Only Lyric will be back in time to maybe prevent this Dragon Knight from going over to the Kittens. But no, Jaina trying to do their best, but she can't really work forward here without her tank or her healer alive. And yeah, the game is kind of turning in favor of the Kittens. With Butcher having his stacks, it's of course a huge power spike for him. Dragon Knight kicks Sylvanas. And we are just, Dew going very deep. And he might just get bursted here. Gets the heal from the Stukov. But we don't see really engage here. And the Lyric is not really even looking for a Silence Entomb. He hasn't used it. Hello! What are we doing, team? I mean, the Duke looking for some good engage, but couldn't find it. Missed his stun completely. When just tried to walk out. But I think there was some good opportunities for the tune. I found Unwin looked really juicy there. Also Vagina. But there was just nothing, and now we could see a potential end of the game. Only Awake will be back to defend. Junkrat and Stukov are still down. And the Kittens, after a devastating early game, looking to close out this first game here. But the core stuns are coming through, and Sylvanas is still alive, so there's some damage. But the core shields are down. And there's the elemental back. Core shield is down. Oh, the core is down to 50. Tomb hits nothing. And Vanum gets focused down. Gets slaughtered by the butcher. And I can't really believe it. After that early game, the Knights lose this game. Wow. I would not believe that if someone told me the result after this game. Lyric doing a lot of damage, but the rest of the team are lagging a little bit behind. Even though they only died one time, the damage dealers, that is. It wasn't not enough in the late game. And yeah, the Kittens fought their way back into this game. Here are the last talents. Butcher going for full e-build, it seems. I think is there until level 7 talent as well? I think there's actually. Not too sure. But yeah, really interesting game so far. Or really interesting series, I should say. With that first game completed. And now is the question, of course, what do the Knights go for next? They have a choice. And map pick or first pick. We have a lot of interesting maps open. Do we get to see maybe Brexis? A very fast-paced map where you want to win the early game especially. So maybe it favors the Knights. But also we have Alterac Pass and Curse Hollow, big macro maps. Then we have Volskaya, the late game map. Maybe not the best for the Knights after this game. Where they struggled to close it out, it seemed. After they picked up the first 3 forts, they really didn't know what to do. Looked a little bit lost on the map. Took some unfavorable fights maybe. And with that, the Kittens came back into the game. Now the question is, can the Knights come back from that? Are they mentally destroyed already? Or do they see that they won the early game? And actually, like, usually I would say if you pick up the first 3 forts and don't lose any of your own, you should win Dragonshire for sure, because you can just out-rotate your opponent. And they need to see that now. They need to get confidence for next game. And just look forward, don't look backwards. So far I don't have any info on what's going on. Yeah, the Unreal pulls were absolutely amazing, I have to agree. Wait, weren't you playing? You were playing much! Okay, praising himself here. Oh wait, not sure if it's allowed, but I let it through. In my unbiased opinion, sure, buddy. Not too sure if it's unbiased. But yeah, so far, I don't have any lobby to join, nor did anybody say what is going to happen next. And it's taking a long time to consider what they want to do next. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing a Brexit map. But also Towers of Doom, always exciting. There's always a possibility for turnarounds and late game teamfights. Just remember the HGC mid-season ball finals, where Dignitas played against MVP Black and turned a 19 versus 20 fight around. Absolutely amazing game. Maybe one of the best games ever in competitive hearts. But yeah, what's going on? Are they having coffee and tea now, or what are we waiting for? I think I gave them enough of a break. At least, like, if it's fine if I take a break or something. But then I would like to know. But okay, we are going to Alterac Pass, picked by the Knights. So we're not going for the first pick again. Yeah, let's see if I can play this map a little bit better. On this map we have at least some bosses, so it's maybe easier to close out. So we have a couple of win conditions on the map, besides the objective with the bosses. Camp is always important, spawning really fast. Which means we have a lot of different options of playstyle. Since it's a really big map, globals might be a priority. Brightwing fight set. Maybe even over the Haka, because there are not that many brushes you can bower to with the Haka. I don't expect any other global. Like ECC Stage Dive, or what else do we have? Morales, Medivac. But yeah, since we have seen a butcher, I can't be too sure that what I'm saying is correct anymore. And the butcher even won, so what am I? Who am I to say something about the draft? Just let the teams draft what they want. Pick their comfort heroes and play this map. Both teams are in the lobby. So, are we good to go? Kittens say they are ready. which is means that the knights are the only ones left. Then we can go into the next game. And I don't think this series is over by any means. Like I said, the knights were crushing the early game. And if they can repeat that, and can maybe play a little bit cleaner in the late game, maybe they can win this map and force map number 3. Kinda running out of topics to talk about. But just as I said, we start the draft. Kittens capitalizing on the mess up really was good. Felt like they were looking for it all game. Yeah. I mean, after Butcher had his stacks, it's way easier, I guess. Or like they have a little bit more damage, a little bit more safety as well. Also, they have the snap, pick, engage with Johanna, of course, all the time. And then the burst. Layers of CC with the Haka, Butcher, Johanna. So after the initial engage of Nuburak, it was really hard for him to get out most of the time. And of course the big silence slaughterhouse in the top lane turned maybe the complete game around. Like it looked like a really good engage from the knights. But they couldn't stun lock the Butcher. And then he got his ult out. And Jaina, and even though he died there, like he died. But when Jaina arrived and yeah, she killed I think Anoop and Stukov. And then Leoric died as well. And that was like the turning point, I think. It was the big turning point. But focusing on this draft now, we have Vikings and Brightwing banned from the Knights. So banning out global pressure heroes so far, while we have on the other side Maiev again banned. So I actually think it's a target ban against the Knights. What else? And they also didn't like the Savannahs in the last game, it seems. And with Nazeebo left open, they straight go for that hero. On the other side, we have Deckard with Kobe together. And Deckard, really interesting to see what he brings now to the table. Was buffed by Blizzard before he was kinda out of the meter. Other heroes like Stukov, Lucio, and Brightwing taking a lot of space there. But maybe now he's back after the buffs. And the Kittens, again, going for the Haka, together with Stitches. And that's of course a huge threat. Nazeebo plus Stitches. Can combo that basically. You hook into the Nazeebo wall. Or you gorge and then Nazeebo wall. So many options. And that's always a huge threat to the enemy team. And yeah, the Unwing ban makes sense because like if Stitch is gorgeous, he wants to get out as soon as possible, and the enemy team of course wants to get the gorge target out as soon as possible. And to prevent like Stitches getting ginked on, you can pull him out with Unwing. But there are also other options besides the Unwing who got removed by the Knights. Like the Medivh, for example. So I could see the Kittens picking that up now. They have a wave clear with the Haka Nazeebo. Stitches also has his W, of course. So they have that covered. They don't need too much more. And if they have a Medivh player, I think that's the go-to target. And no Anoop now, who is maybe a good counter against Stitches because of his bow, of course, and his cocoon, who can get the Gorge target out as soon as the Cocoon connects. But for now we get Diablo Hogger, which means we have kind of set up for Apocalypse maybe, with a deck card. Maybe they were targeting that. So a huge engage potential for the Knights. So you have Shockwave maybe to follow up, or Horderpult, whatever it will be. For now though we get Tychus to kind of counter the Diablo, to get us... Like Tychus, always good to just chunk tanks, get with burst damage. Nazibor will of course be a huge factor as well. Probably going into the Spider build. And I like the last pick. Greymane. Also some percentage damage against the Stitches, really important. Just a solid hero overall. Good against camps, good on structures, good burst target, good burst damage, good sustain damage. Just a very good all-round hero. And that concludes the draft for number 2. And I again forget predictions. Damn it. Who is winning game number 2? Will it be the Knights? Or will it be the cool Kittens? Make it 2 minutes. Oh wait, and here we go. Map number 2 on Altwork Pass. We have a Knight on map number 2. On the left side. My bad. With pink on the Chromie, the Duke on Diablo, Fana on the Hogger, Selim on the Greymane, and Chair on Deckard. While we have on the other side cool Cats and Kittens trying to close out the series with Descolata on the Stitches, push over on Malfurion, Beowulf, playing Melzivo. I think he was a tank player before, right? So we're switching roles here with different heroes picked up. Anyways, Lubidum is playing with Tychus, and last but not least, Crazy for Haruna of the Dark again. Bringing up here the talents here. We see no real surprises, to be honest. Granite Belt from Tychus, Sleeping Wood, and already we have Nazibo getting absolutely shredded by Diablo. And not too sure what he was doing, because he got flipped and queued by Diablo without even getting stunned. And of course his team turned on that, pounced on the Nazibo. Got another kill, while now Malfurion is in trouble. As is Wood on the Greymane though. Really important that he got that, otherwise I think he is dead as well. So Knight again with an aggressive early game. And this time they are a little bit earlier on the camp. I have a Hogger of course who can probably do it solo. Has a spin here. While Greymane covers the top lane. The bot lane pink on the Chromie. Just holding out. Nazibo maybe trying to double soak here, while Tychus and Malfurion trying to do the camp, but they are a little bit off. Like the timing very far off that from the Knights. Which means they have an early push here in the mid lane. And they're still not even close to done. And now the rotation onto the bot lane, but Diablo going very passive. Not actually looking for some kills here because he has no real follow-up. Ooh, but the slow from the Deckard and Nazibo trapping himself into his own wall. That's another kill. Hook comes out. But the Diablo just getting out of there with some Q. And the mid lane, the camp plus Greymane is not healthy for the wall, but now Greymane in trouble himself, got rooted. Got pushed by the Tychus Granite into the wood. Really interesting mechanic there. Also really well done. And the bot lane here, another hook connects. But the Diablo without any follow-up damage there. It's not easy to kill. While Stitcher is suffering some huge damage from Komi. Someone has to deal with his mid lane though. Top lane, the Hogger suffers against Malt and Deathwing though. Deathwing. With the Haka, my bad. Zebo of course looking for some stacks here. Has picked up a Q build. Only a few stacks so far. Ooh, Diablo looking for some damage here. Oh, looking for engage maybe, but without his Greymane, not really possible. So he just went out again. So that's the advantage of course you have when you pick the camp early. You have it early up again. And this camp is now up. They're not even on it. So they have again the push in the mid lane first. And the wall is already down. Like Greymane alone takes a long time though. He didn't get any help from the Haka, from Hogger or Deckard. Both of them could have helped him maybe. Which means now we probably get a neutral camp. Maybe even it favors the Kittens because this is now pushing into them. Where they have their own camp defending. So they have an easier defense. Like it's more on their side. Which means their camp will be more alive than the opponents. But in the bot lane, that's Zebo again. Oh my god. How did I miss that? For a second I didn't watch the minimap. Talking about some macro stuff. And completely messing the Nazebo kill here. Hogger looking for the Daka stun. Diablo gets it, and there's the slow from Komi. Not going for a temple loop. She of course has her early level 10 with level 8. And they are again looking really good in this early game. Not going for objective now though. Diablo rotating into the bot lane. Not too sure why. Maybe going for boss. But Greymane is not there. He wants to do the camp again. So a little bit weird rotation here. But they will get level 10 early. And they will want to push with it, of course. Either onto the objective, or boss, or any other lane. Most likely it will be objective. Now Diablo might have to be careful here in the top lane. But the Kitten's missing all the skill shots. Tongue doesn't connect. And Diablo escapes with full HP. Now with level 10 and the camp, should be easy for the Knights to pick up the objective here. And Nazebo again, not looking too great on that positioning there. Not gonna lie, Shockwave comes out. And now Tychus is in trouble. Ooh. Very spicy. By the way, we have 10s for both teams now, which... Oh wait, we don't get Gorge from the Stitches. Alright. That's the buyer, I guess? I guess we're pressing buttons here. Oh, huge sleep! 5 minutes sleep into Apocalypse! Oh my god, and Malv is getting shredded by Hogger. Now who falls next? Diablo low... wait. Shareford in the backline? And it looks like the Kittens are turning it around. Meanwhile in the mid lane, the camp got the fort. And even though we got a 5-man Apocalypse, or like silent sleep from Deckard into Apocalypse, there was only a 1-for-1 trade. But still, the objective got picked up by the Knights and they're looking for more. Looking for the Haka here in the top lane. And yeah, there's no escaping that without support. Now we're looking to push in the top lane, while Hogger pushes in the bot lane. Objective in the mid lane has low priority because the fort is already down. Can we get the fort though? Looks very unlikely so far. Oh, Nazeebo maybe in trouble here. Again, getting pounced on by the Greymane. And Diablo. Very good execution by the Knights. Now Stadium going very deep though. The Bile kind of preventing him from leaving. Sleep comes out, doesn't hit anybody though. Now Diablo is tanking with a fort though. And which they didn't finish. And if there comes a hook now, Pink used her stasis for 0 reasons it seemed. Sloppy mechanics from both sides. And the Knight just escape. Can't finish off the fort. But they got their kills. They got what they came for. Oh, not quite what they came for. They came for the fort. Which they couldn't get. So, they actually didn't get what they came for. Anyway. Hogger, safe in the top lane. Where both teams go for their camps. This time, it's the Kittens who get it out earlier. But there's still a mid 4 for the Knights. And they just want this top 4 so desperately. Which they now get. Perfect timing. Greymane in the bot lane more. Completely left alone here against Nazeebo and Tigers. Not too sure if you want to take that fight. He escapes though. As he realizes he is outmatched. But yeah, so far the Knights looking again like the better team. 7-1 the kill score. Now they just need to close out this game. They are 2 forts in the lead again. Probably 3 in a short time here. As they look to finish off this bot 4. I think they can just poke it down, to be honest. Like, they still have mid pressure. Okay, in the top lane. Like, they just need to focus it, I think, with shots. But they decide against it. Neither team having done a boss yet. But both teams have really good boss damage, in my opinion. On the one side you have Greymane, on the other side you have Nazeebo plus the attackers. Now small engage from Duke on the Stitches. Sleep comes out. Only Nazeebo gets hit by the upper though. And Bile is doing work against Cher, who is getting walked down and fails to get his way out. No, oh, the Malf didn't get flipped there. And now it's the Knights escaping here. Look for a second who they could turn around. But then there was not the best focus damage. And now also Vidyaka is here. And the Kittens should have objective for the first time in this game. But the Deckard is coming back. And the objective is not taken yet. Hook goes away. There's no Bile anymore. Greymane, maybe a little bit deep. Duke gets dragged though, and there is huge damage on him. The healer only now is here. Oh, huge shockwave into the wound from Deckard, and this is destruction pure on the members of Kittens. Very well turnaround from the Knights. And they can now channel the objective for themselves. Probably push this bot lane as well. Maybe go for boss 2. Like I said, they have good boss control with the Greymane. But probably they just go for a camp here. As it looks like. I think someone should go for this bot lane. Hogger maybe. Yeah, there should definitely be someone to finish this off. Hello? Team, what are we doing? I would call it AFK. But yeah, once again, TRSG Knights in the lead. Ooh, the hook though. And imagine there is a gorge. Imagine we had a gorge here. That would be a kill for sure. But as we have it not, we have the objective. Channel for Knights with a full lineup. We finally get the top 4, bot 4. While the mid will get defended here. We have a camp here, so this objective will do nothing again. Attack on the top lane, so that objective will do much, won't do much. And the main push is in the bot lane. They're grouping up as 5. Which means Selim. Ooh, got hooked. Who doesn't connect? Oh, never mind, disconnect. But again, Apocalypse into Shockwave, or like Silence into Shockwave and Stitches, and Nazeebo go down. Also Malv in trouble. He goes down, Hogger doing a really good job. Can they get Tychus as well? Diablo looking for it. I think he was already spent. And this could be game. Just like that, with a great engage again from the Knights. They're looking to close out the series. We have huge death timers. 20 seconds still on the lowest death timer. And yeah, with objective up, they don't even need a second keep. And that's what I like about... that's what I like to see. Teams not caring about the second fort here. Just going for the core if they have a chance to. And they take us to map number 3. The Knights proving that they can close out games. What a great game by them. Look for a second when the Deckard died. That the Kittens could turn it around. But then with some good engages, some good sleeps from the Diablo, and not good sleeps, but good engages from Diablo, and good sleeps from the Deckard. Great shockwaves from the Hogger. The Knights were able to take this game. Which gives us the third game of the evening. After we already watched a close 3-game series in the Nexus division. Between Phoenix Rising and Beef Boys. Final scoreboard here, by the way, with the talents. Diablo, by the way, going for auto-tech builds. Didn't see too much value from that. I guess it sustained him in the fights. Not the build I favor most of the time. But I'll see why people take it a lot. Yeah, what do we see next now? I have to admit, it seems like the Knights are a better team, but they couldn't really close out game number 1, and then they just had some unfortunate fights. I don't want to take it away from the Kittens. They definitely capitalized on their opportunities, but still, the Knights were crushing the early game. And they proved that again on the Ultra game here. They just had a better late game. And this will give us game number 3 now. And I'm just waiting for a lobby now. I hope it doesn't take as long as the first time. Because after casting the first series already, I'm kinda getting exhausted here. Because we're getting so many great games. I don't want to miss any of them. I'm really glad I picked up this series as well. Really didn't want to do it at first. Because it can be really taxing doing 2 casts one after another. But seeing these teams play against each other, I'm very glad I did it. So let's see who can take it in the end. Still, I don't have any information about what we see next. Just waiting for the lobby. Maybe I take the time to get a drink for myself. will do it quickly. Okay, BRB. Alright, I am back, but there is still no lobby. Never mind, we are going to towers, just as I said. And it seems the Kittens went for the first pick. So we get a third map from the Nice. Updating the cheat here. But yeah, let's go. I wanna see game number 3 now. I'm hyped. Always fun to see two teams going head to head. And these teams are definitely doing that. Filing into the lobby now. So just moments away from the last draft. The last draft of the evening. Actually, maybe I will play some Storm League. So maybe not the last draft for me. But yeah, both teams ready. So what are we waiting for? Let's get the show going. I hope you guys enjoy it as well, because I certainly do. I know my cast is a little bit scuffed. I still feel, even after like 30-40 casts, that I'm still new. And I'm doing a really weird job sometimes. Stumbling over names, mixing things up. But I hope you guys enjoy the games, because these players definitely deserve some praise. They're playing their hearts out here. Yeah, what are we waiting for, guys? Like... Oh, wait. Seems somebody missed the start button. But... Here we go. There we go. Oh, wait. Total Doom. Last map of the evening. And since we have seen a lot of heroes from both teams in the last 2 games, I expect... oh, okay, I didn't expect that. I expected Maya ban again from the Kittens, because they banned it every time so far. And yeah, the Vikings ban makes more sense to me, because the Knights already banned that on Altrak. And Taos, I think, is one of the best Vikings maps overall. Because you can just soak all over the map, pick up altars meanwhile, stall altars maybe. Just really annoying to play against the Vikings on this map. So really like that. I'm not sure if I like it, but it's a good ban for sure from the Knights. With the next 2 bans, Hogger and Brightwing, we have Nazeebo again open. And I have to say, I'm not too sure if I would have picked that by Kittens, because Nazeebo was out of position a lot of times. Like in the early game, I think he got picked 3 times at least. And then later on, I mean, there were the combos from Diablo and Deckard. But yeah, he was not doing the best job, I have to say. And we see with Mei and Stukov 2 heroes who can punish that for sure. Mei with Ice Wall, or just sliding in with her icing. It's called icing, right? I'm a tank player and I don't know what the ability from Mei is called. Huh. I know the W is a blizzard, but I'm not even sure what the Q is called. Anyway, we have Sylvanas and Lucio this time from the Kittens. Okay, completely different style now from them. And the Lucio pick makes a lot of sense. Like the cleanse, the high 5, good against the Mei and the Stukov. Well, Stukov can counter him a little bit too. Because if Lucio doesn't cleanse fast enough, the silence spreads so far that Lucio can't high 5 a person in the silence, which means he just walks in and gets silence as well. But yeah, it always comes down to mechanics and just execution. And for the last picks, we have our Fear and Lyric here from the Knights. Now only 1 is left open for them. While the Kittens are closing out the draft. They're still missing an offlaner. Are we going for Butcher again? Are we going for Johanna maybe? Are we going back to the first game draft? What are we thinking? Maybe the Haka again? We picked that up every time so far, but no. Oh wait, Sonya was banned every time so far. But now it's left open. And they just realized, I think. And yeah, Johanna picked up again. Seemed a bit safer. And wait, was it Varian? What was the last tank for them? I blanked. What was the last pick tank for the kittens. I completely forgot. Holy shit. I'm getting old. But the knight. They pick up the Greymane now. I know they had the Diablo because it got banned. At least I know that. And that concludes the last draft. And we're going into game number 3 now. With both teams having a lot of spicy heroes here. Like the Sonya, what is she going to go on 10? I expect the leap, but it also could be the Waff. What is Nazeebo going? Should be Qubit, of course. But what is he going on 10? What do we see from off here? Do we see the... Wait, is it the Crushing Jaws? I think it's the Crushing Jaws, right? Anyway, game number 3, Towers of Doom, last map, who can take it? TRSG Knights on the left side with Fana on Leoric, Selim playing... wait, what is he playing? The Greymane, my bad. Chair on the Stukov, the Duke on May, and last but not least, Pink on Ophia. While we have on the other side, the Kittens trying to recover from the last game, with Libidom on Lucia this time. Push over on Nazeebo, Beowulf on Joanna again. Back on that hero. And Descolata on Sylvanas, I think I missed. And of course Crazy for Uno on Sonya. Mid lane already going crazy here. Both teams battling it out. I'm not too sure which team has a better draft here. But like the Nazeebo pick is always scary these days. While Lucio is already getting slowed. But I think the May slide didn't go through. Got cancelled by Johanna W. Because them pulling the the May back there. Oh, but Beowulf doesn't have a trade anymore. And he goes down as the first kill of the game. And Lucio also getting, I wanted to say the F word there. But that's not appropriate. So I'd say he got wrecked by the Greymane. And the Knight, again, with a very aggressive early game. Coming out with a swing. Showing that they want this game. They absolutely want it. And they're going for invade here. Not calling Lyric though. So might be a little bit risky. Johanna using her Iron Skin already. Which means she won't have it for this fight on the point. That Pumpkin's getting lower and lower. Neither team really committing to it. And it seems we're giving it up for now. Selim now maybe in a little bit of trouble. But Beowulf, does he have his trade back? No, he doesn't. And the Stukov slapping him to death. And the Sappers are walking in. And the Knight just crushing this early game again. I can't say it otherwise. Trying to get the ball now. Doing an absolute phenomenal job so far. Maybe I could even push this. What are we doing? I guess we are going back, tapping, getting ready for the altar phase. The Knights, by the way, already almost level up here. With the kills. Lyric trying to double soak as well. Looking at the builds, by the way, we have of course Q build from Nazeebo, double blind from Johanna, now going for hold your ground to get a little bit more sustainability. Sounds kind of weird. Q build from Ophia though, so if she doesn't hit that, that might be devastating. As I said, she does miss. Where she doesn't. Wave is kind of lost for the Knights though, but they're looking for engage here. And Lucio is dead. May has a trade sale, but the Sylvanas is going in anyways, and it's an absolute disaster. Missed that I had to set up a prediction. But, I mean, nobody was voting anyway. And now it's too late. Anyway, the Knight doing really well in this early game. Now pushing over bottom tower. Having the lead in tower shots as well. 36 to 32. And are they getting this early on? 4 minutes in. Would be a devastating blow to the Kittens. And yeah, the tower goes down. And they don't really seem to deal with this pressure really well from the Knights. Do they dare to fight this under the tower? I don't think so. Probably just looking for some stacks for Nazibo, but he completed the stacks, so I'll probably just some poke. But yeah, now it's really hard for them to play under this tower. They need to constantly poke that down. Gremlin going for a camp, as you see it on the top lane. Top lane, Fana getting the Sun Yellow. And with the movement speed, almost killed her as well. A bot lane though, 4 versus 3. Kinda tough to deal, I guess. Especially against Sylvanas and Nazibo, who can deal with the tower kinda well. Nazibo constantly poking on it with his Qs, dealing most of the damage. But Sylvanas here, very far forward, he gets the E out though. But can Johanna get out? That's another question. Selim on him. With the next altar phase coming up, I don't think there's any way the Kittens can contest that. The Sappers are not getting walked in, I think, because we prioritize the altar. Selim going very deep though. Could have been a potential kill if he skills really fast, go for the forward and then goes for the kill of Sylvanas. I think she was in execution range. But yeah, the altar is picked up in the bot lane. Before this one falls, eventually this will always go down. Oh, but they're playing versus level 10 here. Maybe we'll see that Stukov doesn't have mana and Selim is really low. So they dare to venture this far out. But this camp, risky, especially with Leoric on the rotation. And I'm surprised the Knights don't go for this. I guess because Stukov went completely back. Yeah. Not too sure about that decision. Kinda FK there in the fountain as well. Now Leoric is getting attacked. Probably goes down, but this is Leoric. So not too great of a loss. They lost a lot of time though, waiting the mid lane to help him out there. Not too sure what this side should do. Also with ult, kinda weird. The shield by the way picked up from Johanna. And going to get the spiders in his face, and there's a blast shield. Selim needs some healing. And this is not an engage you want to take, I think. Oh, the silence? Oh, not quite enough from Sylvanas. Looking for a kill. But yeah, that's a lot of ult spent from only one side actually. Only Ice Wall picked, used from the Mei. Which means for the next fight, the Knight should be favored. Gremlin is coming back. They just wait a little bit of time. Ooh, Mei not going out too quickly though. Now Sylvanas needs to escape though, eating a lot of damage. Johanna now left alone in the top lane. And that's a great entomb. With the Eternal Feast, yeah, from the off, yeah. That should be 2 kills, maybe even 3. Sylvanas now under trouble as well. Sonya gets the tower though, sneaking it. Oh no. That's not what you want to see if you're a Knights fan. But still, the 2 kills, really well played from the Knights. The Entomb with Eternal Feast comboed really well together. And now the tower falls once more in the bot lane. And can we get anything more? It doesn't look like it. Ice Ball misses. Now it's just back to the little game here in the bot lane. Looking a little bit lost. Gremlin going now for the camp. And yeah, 4v3 again. I think your favorite here. Nazibo poking on the tower. And these spiders, like, Hello, Blizzard. What did you do with that? Why are we dealing so much damage? Hey, look! Duke of going Half-Life. Sylvanas? Not eating out there. Gets stunned, and now Nazeebo is slowed as well. From the internal feed comes out, but there was no CC available anymore. Or didn't connect. The Sappers are walking in now, and you want to pressure them in with that kill on Sylvanas. Beowulf tries to tank up, uses his Devo, and the spiders are killing swiftly. Lucy pushes them back. Sylvanas is back now, and that should be the end of this fight. But yeah, level 15 to level 13, huge level lead. And Johanna just absolute. What the hell was that? No blind available anymore. Gremlin jumps. And Lewick almost gets the channel in the top lane. Wait, he killed Sonya alone! Oh wait, I completely missed that. Yeah, looking for a cap in the top lane now. That's risky endeavor though. I think... Yeah, I don't think this should happen ever. Especially if your team is not voting. Even if Greyman is voting now. I don't think you can really play this. Can you? Oh, maybe. Sonya dies with definitely a possibility. She heals up now though. And in the bot lane, Sylvanas falls once more, and also Nazeebo is under pressure. Gets slowed by Stukov. That level 1 talent is disgusting. Reactive Ballistic Force. Not a fun talent to play against. And the Knights. 5 shots, 2-3. The core kill, the health on the core is relatively even still. So that's what this map... this is why this map is so interesting. Because there's always this comeback potential. Even if you're at 1 health, you have always a chance to come back somehow. But it doesn't look good for the Kittens. 3 level lead now, talent lead as well. Kill after kill. Oh, Duke missing the stun though. Now he has to move out. Orpheus not there. This tower will fall again. I think they will just move to this camp now. And then they just go for this tower again, I believe. Walking with Sappers in, looking for kids. Probably... Oh, he gets another. Oh my god, this is embarrassing now. Fana! Smurfing on the Sonya with his lyric. Getting the 2nd solo kill. Unbelievable. The Knights don't protect the Sappers now, huh? The pumpkins can't walk in, man. But the next auto phase is alive in a few seconds. And this means we get an even fight now. Level 16 almost available. But Sonya is not ready there, and Nazeebo is caught here. I talked about his positioning. Gets his ice block out, but he is body blocked forever. And that's at least 1 kill. Can we get more? You have to watch for the top lane more, because Sonya, I think, is going over there. But I don't think she should be quick enough. No, there's no way. Wait. Yeah, Lucio tries to, but... tries to help out there. Oh, good root by Chair. Getting, with Sylvanas there. And Sylvanas, how many times did you die already? 6 times Johanna, 4 times Nazeebo and Sylvanas. 19 to 1. Like, what is going on if you are 19 to 1 in 13 minutes? Feels a bit like a class difference. I'm not too sure they should have channeled this early on top. Johanna? Johanna's griefing. There's no other word for this. She gets her iron skin out. but can she escape? She uses a D, but I think she's kinda done with this game. Dies to the D from Stukov. And just running into his tower into 4 heroes. Yeah, not what you want to do. And once again, the Knights with a 4-level lead now. I mean, it will be a 3-level lead soon, but still, like, they're crushing their opponents so far. Level 22, 16, 17 soon. But the alone with stat advantage from 3-level leads is usually devastating. Let alone the talent advantage. Fana still crushing the Sonya in the offlane. Pushing slowly these towers down. And if you get this one, and then eventually this one, the burst will start, which will be even more devastating. But yeah, so far Sonya's holding on, barely though. While the Kittens pushing into the bot lane. Good missing from the Stukov. Ton of fees coming out, but that doesn't do anything. Losing the tower, no? Kinda unlucky. Well, Fana is just chasing the Sonya around. Silence and Tomb comes out. And that should be another kill for the Lyric. 4 shots coming out. The Blast Shield comes out on Duke. Does he have a straight available? He does. And the Sylvanas is left alone. And now it's just game over, I think. Pink can't get the Nazeebo yet, but maybe Grayman can. There it goes. And why are they channeling? No, don't do that. I think it doesn't matter. What are we doing though? Grayman can get this alone. Team! We can get all 5 towers. Or 6 towers, sorry. Sloppy macro play, no? Wait. Pink died on off here. How did that happen? Nazeebo spiders, I guess? But yeah, if somebody had run into the top lane immediately, and somebody in mid lane, they could have like had the burst starting already. Now Sonya can maybe go into bot lane, and also Sylvanas is alive. Which means we have a defense here with bot lane. Is it enough though? Lyric will eventually get this. He's probably trying to stack the wave now. But yeah, this bot lane will fall. Duke and Cher can't hold this. Orpheus not back yet. Pumpkins are again channeled. And this top lane will fall. But that should have been game, ladies and gentlemen. Gremlin being a monster, indeed. Nazeebo, meanwhile, dealing with structures really well, of course. And now it's... this altar will be game. If this altar, if this tower consists, or sustained through the game, that will be game. And I'm not so sure if anybody realizes that. Because we are still in the bot lane. You should start positioning over here. Fana is just getting the channel, right? Nobody's there to interrupt him. And the top lane is still in their favor. And yeah, that's the game. GG. Yeah, absolutely deserved. 25-2 in the end. For TRSG Knights, who close out the series. Greymane, absolutely a monster. And yeah, the Knights with a very deserved win in my opinion. They already looked better on map number 1, at least in the early game. And then they proceeded to forward a little bit, but in the next 2 maps they were able to close it out. And yeah, just looking at the stats, Joanna dying 8 times. Yeah, 25-2. Crushing victory. Nothing else to say about that. Let's look at the talents and then we maybe go for an interview with the Knights. Yeah, maybe they want to do that after this victory. But yeah, what a great series, I have to say. Was back and forth, and now we are getting joined by Chenglu and Fana. Hello and congratulations to your win.
Yeah, thank you.
What a great series, I have to say. And
thank you.
I was kind of nutty.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
It did get a little hectic more than once.
I believe that, 100%. Yeah, tell me your thoughts about the game. What was happening?
Which one? The first game, it was... Game 1 felt really... It felt pretty smooth, like we could sort of... mostly knew what they were doing. They did throw us a few curveballs when they went dark, because it's like, oh, hey, watch out top. But then he backed out. They probably saw that, and they went somewhere else. And then we threw. It was glorious.
I mean,
we got bloodthirsty, and
yeah,
we did the job.
Let's not be mean about it. They punished the hell out of us.
Yeah, good on you guys. If you're listening, good on you.
Ever definitely did a good job, but I still think the fault is on you guys, because you were so far ahead in that game.
Oh yeah.
Like I was already calling that it should be game for you, because you had all 3 thoughts down, and they looked kind of lost, but then they got kind of back in the game. And especially the top play, when with level 20 Slaughterhouse was in.
That snap 20 was amazing. The Slaughterhouse Janet combo, oh my god. That was beautiful.
That was kind of a turnaround in the game. Yeah, what was the communication after that?
Well, it kicked our ass, and we got a little bit tilted because we were upset at ourselves for clumping, and we were upset at them for taking something that is never taken and kicking our ass with it.
Thank you, Pink, for staying calm and clearing us up.
Yes, Pink was group mom. She saved all of our mental state. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, you needed it, I guess, after that first game and then going into Altwerk. But I think you continued what you did in game number 1, at least in the early game. You went aggressive, you picked one member after a time, and yeah, you had a very dominant second game.
I felt so respected in the drafts. Every game. Well, I guess in the second and third rounds, they banned what I played the previous round, and that always feels good, especially as a solo laner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess maybe not especially as a solo laner, because I guess I don't know the other roles, but it just feels nice because I feel less relevant to the team fights, and then if it's worth a ban, then hey, I've accomplished something. Woohoo!
Game 2, I know I saw. I know that Salem had. I know he had a grand old time. I know I felt pretty powerful. The Sapphire. I hope I proved Sapphire value for people who play Deckard out there. And I'd also like to say, right there at the end, that potion toss speed is what saved Salem right in that last team fight. I felt those buffs.
So the Deckard changes definitely made an impact on this game, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you had great setups on the Deckard, I have to say.
And Duke was just constantly giving them trouble.
Yeah.
The follow-ups from the perspective of Hogger were so easy because of how well Cher and Diablo set them up for me.
I mean, Diablo just needs to press a button, and I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all on the Deckard, I guess, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get a little hungry for the stay a while, and that's when I got nommed pretty hard.
Yeah,
it's just like just like round 1. Got greedy. They punished us for it. I can't be mad about it.
But I mean, you were the only one who died in that game, like twice, I think. And besides that, I think you guys did a great job. Just I think it was in the end 2 for something. I think you had...
Traditionally, we've liked to take Ragnaros with that sort of long lockdown combo because Sulfura Smash can just delete people, but
I can see
it
that.
felt really nice to take Hogger with a comp that was sort of built around Diablo because you can wall stun people after the wall stuns happened already. And that
Wall
just
stun
already
into
feels
wall
like a
stun.
big combo. Wall stun into wall stun is fun value.
Yeah.
Trait Q from Hogger can also work into Diablo, but we never actually practiced that, so we didn't really go for it.
It's
Mental
like
note,
harder to accomplish,
practice
I guess.
double slam.
Double slams is good, yes. Especially because of the talent that you told me to take, Wolf. Headbanger. I think you told me to take it. Unless that was
Kenny as well, I think.
Is
Yeah.
it possible to slam with Diablo, flip, get knocked by a Hogger Cube back into the wall, and then re-slammed with by the Diablo again?
I'm not too sure because
Question
like
mark.
the distance
The
might be too
overpower
good.
reset at 16.
Oh.
Sorry, this is the sort of dumb stuff that I think about.
I think the
like
distance from the E from Diablo is too far for headbanger, like for the Q. It might be, it depends on what situation. If you're standing right
angle of
next
the
to the
flip.
wall, it might be.
It also depends on the angle of the flip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also, yeah, exactly. Like if you flip in the right direction, it's like...
I'm really, really flattered that they banned the Diablo in Game 3.
Yeah,
That
the respect band was
because
coming out there.
that happened. I don't know what else we could have done if I had gone for the Deckard in that one as well. Going into that, we were like we were pretty stoked. We were back on track, and I think Thana was a little sad for not getting to play Hogger again.
But what he did on Lyric was absolutely insane.
Yeah,
in my
I
opinion.
felt great on Leo.
Like,
I was happy that
I
I got
think
to
you
play Leo again.
think you had solo kills on Sonya twice, 3 times. I can't remember because you like
I
absolutely
Sonya.
bodied her. And I mean,
what?
I killed
That's
Sonya
my
solo
funnel.
quite a lot.
yeah,
But
like,
that's
at least 2
not
times.
bad.
I'm not sure if it's more than that.
Sonya was
Baffling.
full spin build and she took Wrath, but by the time she had Wrath, we were already up like 2 levels, so
Yeah,
it
level
wasn't
lead,
quite
the
enough to
stats.
close the gap.
But yeah, I mean, that was another very dominating game, I think, like overall.
It felt very much. We never felt like panicky. Oh no, crazy stuff is happening. Well, there were a few situations like there were a few hairy moments. Like there were also times like because of the Sylvanas Nazebo. I mean, I saw them move in, and I was thinking to myself, we're never gonna hold a tower for more than 3 waves. It's just a matter of time. They just pushed you well with that.
Yeah. That loss in the first game, and especially how it happened when we were in such a dominating position, just had me in high alert in the late game for the other 2 games.
Yeah, and I mean, Towers is always a map where you can come back anytime, right?
And Salem getting away with like 50 HP.
But I have a question to the late game, because like I think you got a full team wipe, but then you, I think you made a few mistakes there, getting like not pushing completely.
Yes, we channeled I actually channeled the objective before we took bot fort, which would have ended the game on its own.
No.
Which if we had taken boss afterwards while they were dead.
Yeah, but
yes, if we took boss, yes.
But also you could have just like went for all towers like immediately.
We opted to defend bottom instead of the 6 cap. I think we just didn't feel too comfortable going after
they pushed the towers down really quickly was what we came to the conclusion of. So like even though we wanted to 6 cap for a little bit there when we felt like we messed up, they just cleared bot so quickly that we just figured we weren't really going to get the 6 cap. I still wanted to have 1 extra tower so that they would be in danger of dying to a single altar, so I just went and did that. Mithril Mace Leo pushes buildings down pretty fast now with the buff to his downward slams damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And also clears camps pretty quickly when Sonya does all the work. I showed up and the camp was pretty much already cleared. I didn't know that she was there either. I feel like I really got lucky there. I don't.
But
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
in the end,
here.
nothing mattered. You had a crazy good game there and closed it out. I think the final score was 25-2.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Yes, accurate.
And you deserved the series win in the end there. And
Thank you.
congratulations
It's been
again.
a very hard season for us. We have lost so many games.
Stuff.
Yeah.
We pulled way too many game ones.
Now you can say
Well,
you can
not
come
that
back
bad.
from
We've
that.
lost a lot of game ones and we've lost a lot of game twos, Chair. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Maybe now is the time to come back from that.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's the first step,
exactly.
winning the games here.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, that's all the questions I had. If you have any more shoutouts or thoughts on the series, let me know.
I mean, once again, shout out to Pink for being group mom. Shout out to Howl for our organization. Shout out to Duke for putting together comps and concepts before the matches, working with Chair's scouting. I really think that when we strategize as a group, we do better. It's a practice that a lot of other teams have mentioned that they do, and so I want to get more into doing that if we can. That's just kind of sounds like part of growing up as a team, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, wait then.
I'd also like to say thanks to our opponents. I love throwing down with people. You guys make the game fun. I love you all to death.
Yeah, props to them.
Yes.
They played an amazing series. Very good games.
Absolutely. Props to the cool cats.
Oh wait, then I hope you have a good evening and yeah, have a great series. Not a series. Have a great last games or whatever. Good NGS. Sorry, I casted 2 series now. I'm kind of exhausted.
Next week we face Regen Divine. That should be fun. Throwing down with those guys again.
Ooh,
Yes,
against my
yes,
orc.
yes.
Oh wait.
Yes, once upon a time, Pink Blackout was a sub for them, I believe.
Oh, so there's some history there. Cool.
Yeah, some history, and that always makes sports
is-
fun,
that
right?
is
When there's
spicy.
history.
Not to mention the Knights have thrown down with Regen Divine 2 seasons ago, I think.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Was I there?
I think so.
Okay, anyway,
no,
I thank you guys for
Yeah,
joining me in this interview and I wish you a good evening,
WCW.
guys.
We take those.
Oh,
GG.
Thanks for hosting us. Have a good one.
See you guys. Have a good night.
Stay hydrated.
Alright guys, that's it from me. I hope you had a fun time. The games were really exciting, really fun to watch, and yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the teams for playing. Absolutely amazing. Seeing all these great players battle it out. And yeah, hope you have a good evening. Good